Morning, it's Wednesday the 23rd of April 2025. Just a reminder for all the patriots out there who probably don't know, it is St George's Day today, so get your flags up, you daft twats. That's it! Today we're going to talk about breakfast clubs, no less. But just before that, Donald Trump, the big orange balloon across the Atlantic, on Monday he ordered that flags on all federal buildings, including the White House, to be flown at half-mast in memory of Pope Francis. This is how he announced it, and he was flanked, no less, by the Easter Bunny.
I just signed an executive order putting the flags of our country, all of them, all federal flags and state flags, at half-mast in honor of Pope Francis. So he was a good man, worked hard, he loved the world, and it's an honor to do
that. That then? That's off to Easter Bunny, taking time out in a busy, probably busiest time of year for Easter Bunny, and he's come out to support Donald Trump. And guess what? If you look closely, he even had a fucking microphone. You couldn't make it up because your Easter Bunny's got a fucking microphone. Oh no, what he fucking said. Jesus wept. America, fucking laughing stock, man. I reckon that bunny, well actually, Trump's doctor will give him that high scoring cognitive test what he said he had. But joking apart, I've got a bit of a message for Donald. When you say the flag's going to be flown at half-mast, actually, it only flies at half-mast. In America, this is. You can only fly your flag at half-mast on a ship. On land, it's flown at half-staff. So there you are, Donald. Another one you've got wrong. By the way, overnight he said he's dropping tariffs, them 130% tariffs on China. They're now coming down. Along with all the rest of the tariffs, he's fetched down. But serious note, getting onto breakfast clubs. Yesterday, the government started 750 breakfast clubs in schools throughout the country, and they're planning to expand them nationwide. I think they've already got them in Scotland anyway. That's breakfast clubs are like where your kids can go and get something to eat for nothing. Quite important, I think, that kids get something to eat. Of course, all the usual suspects are against this. If you listen here to Anne Diamond and Eamon Holmes, two multimillionaires, they're speaking against you when they were speaking to Stephen Morgan, ex-minister. Listen to these two twats.
The government think of spending the money on a campaign telling parents that it's their parental responsibility to feed their children in the morning.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well, because we know from all the research and evidence that children going to school hungry is not good for their learning. We think it's the right thing to do. And as I said, we set it out at our manifesto and obviously won that election. So we're excited to be rolling this out. I know teachers too speak really positively of breakfast clubs. I was in a school only last week where they were rolling this out. Parents spoke really positively of the difference it makes. It helps them get to work on time. It helps them with any errands they might be doing ahead of the start of the school day, but ultimately it also supports families with the cost of living crisis.
But why, I mean, Anne's point is, why is that your responsibility? It becomes our responsibility as taxpayers. Why isn't a mum and dad's responsibility to do that? And I say that with all sensitivity. It may sound like I'm not that way, but I grew up in a working class background. I saw real poverty at school, real poverty, and I was never aware of people rubbing their tummies during the day with hunger pains and whatever. And I just think that the emphasis should be it's a parental responsibility, not a state responsibility.
And Diamond, why doesn't the government spend the money on a campaign telling parents that it's their responsibility to feed their children in the morning? And Eamon Holmes, ooh, that's a good point. Stephen Morgan, the minister, he said, we know from research and evidence that children going to school hungry is not productive to their learning. Eamon Holmes, well, why isn't it your mums and dad's responsibility? I grew up in a working class background. I were never aware of children rubbing their tummies with hunger pains. I think it's a parental responsibility. You know what? They make me vomit, these twats. In other words, in any other world, you would think that children being fed would be a good thing. And all over Easter, all these Christians have been, I keep going on about Christians, on about the banging on about the Christian beliefs. Well, surely feeding children has got to be a fucking part of having Christian beliefs, and it. I mean, if you look at Eamon, he's not missed many fucking breakfasts over the years, has he? And if the government is not responsible for poverty, healthcare and education, housing, etc., what the fuck do these idiots think that they're there for? What do they think they're there to do? I can remember the Tory government painting of a cartoon murals at the Children's Asylum Centre. I'd much prefer this government over fucking making sure all kids have got a breakfast. And a serious message for Eamon here. Some parents are not very good. That's not the children's fault. You might be happy to watch them go hungry, but I'm fucking not. Fuck off, Eamon, and fuck off, Anne. Wakey. Have a great day, everybody. St. George, there won't be out tonight. Outside pubs with a shorts on and a fucking lager. Singing songs to St. George. England, England, England. Oh, we're actually fucking Turkish. You couldn't make this shit up. Have a great day, everybody.